All right, quilters, here we go. It's Friday afternoon. Super happy Friday fun day. I gotta say, I'm a little nervous. I didn't even really want to push the button and start the camera, but I have been dying to see all of you out there. So hello and welcome to Friday afternoon. We are going to do a wonderful Friday fun day here. My name is Rob Appell. I'm a quilt maker at Stitchin Heaven. Welcome to all of our guests out there. Oh golly, I'm out of date. I was going to put up our 70,000 subscribers, but I think we're almost to 72 like that. It's been really quick lately. And also remind you all about the Facebook page, the So Well Rob Appell Facebook page. But we'll come back to that also when we talk more about our Scrap Masters, which is absolutely a blast. And I'm looking here at the comments and following along. I was watching you all talk about your paper piecing, so I had to run and grab my paper or my non-paper piece quilt to share. Really going to have a really busy show. I feel like I haven't seen you all in weeks and weeks because I really haven't, or I haven't been able to engage, and I've missed you all so much to talk about. Real quick on the rundown, created a crazy pattern ago now with Scrap Masters. I met a famous person. Excited about all kinds of stuff. I've got a wooden box to share. We have the Scrap Masters coming along beautifully over here on the wall. This is part of what I think a lot of us are super excited about right now. So yes, we'll roll and spin later on, but we want to go through our announcements and let me settle in. Maybe I should have a quick sip of water here and say, thank you all for being here today. Thank you all for participating in the comments. I did just get back from the wonderful Patriot Quilting Cruise in the Bahamas with Andrew Lee, Combat Quilter, and Mark Darrell, the Quilting Marine, and Stephanie Feeder. Had an incredibly great time with Stitchin Heaven, cruising along with everybody. Had, I think, 78 quilters and a bunch of non-quilters with us as well, which was a hoot. So that is a blast. I'm going to talk about a ton of things today. So if you're new to the show, hopefully I have put everything link-wise in the descriptions below, including some of the up-and-coming videos and everything else. I am talking a lot about Scrap Masters. It's something that started about a month ago, and yeah, it really is a lot of fun. It was intended to be fun, and I'm glad you're all enjoying it so much. Last week, I guess it was, or Wednesday, yeah, just a couple days ago, Wednesday, was the official video on how to use the free pattern. Yes, basically I haven't moved the quilt blocks off the wall since I got back is what really happened there. And when I say free pattern, there is a free pattern online here that I have broken down, and especially in the video, the different units A through J, and with all those different units there, you can make all of the different 6 blocks, and the blocks are kind of random scrap blocks that can be made out of big squares or small squares if you look at the pink lines, so that we can basically use up a lot of our fabulous scrap pile. So this is what we've been generating over the last few weeks, plus a few bonuses I was testing and whatnot, having a great time. Of course, also using up, this is one of my favorites because I used up one of my leftover Maverick blocks already. So this isn't even one of the Scrap Master patterns here, but well, definitely that'll probably be the highlight of my quilt, which is pretty fun. So anyways, there is a link in the descriptions below for all of these, and we are posting our photos of the blocks we're making each week on that So Well Facebook page there. So anyways, we're having fun with that as we go along, and I want to dive into a bunch of the announcements. Like I said, I just got back from the Quilting Cruise, which was the Patriot Cruise with Mark and Andrew. Our next event together will be in Shipshewana, June 8th through 13th. So if you would like to join us for some very quality quilting instruction, like my good friend Doug there received, please sign up right away. Spaces are getting limited there for the June 8th through 13th this year in Shipshewana. We're calling it a Socation, and we'll be working on those wonderful projects at a beautiful hotel and hanging out, quilting together, fellowshipping together. There may be some shenanigans or whatnot. And with that fun picture of Doug I just showed you, hopefully many of you noticed this beautiful box. So Doug and his wife Karen were on the Patriot Cruise. They've been on several of the quilting adventures with Stitchin Heaven. We met them personally last year on the Patriot Cruise, and Doug is also a woodworker and is a new quilter, so that's why we were having fun with the photo there. But Doug made us all these incredible wooden boxes made out of, these are redwood and walnut and or maple, and then there was another small box and a note inside. And I think I might keep this for obviously something very special, but I also wanted Doug to know that it made it home through transport. I wrapped it in my white suit, so it made it home from the cruise beautifully, and awesome. Now we have other socations coming up throughout the year. These are our land-based quilting retreats that are not held at Stitchin Heaven. We also do a bunch of wonderful retreats at Stitchin Heaven in Quitman, Texas. One of the next ones coming up is the Big Hooter, we were calling it, the wonderful Big Hooter, which are the awesome legit kits, quilt kits. So originally we called it the Big Hooter Retreat, but you're welcome to work on any of the legit kits, foundation, paper, pieced patterns, and or kits while you're there. Dates April 3rd through 6th. And the cool thing about our land-based or events like this, unlike a cruise, is this is happening right there at Stitchin Heaven. So technically you still have time to sign up. Don't wait to sign up, but we would love to have you. And like I said, you're welcome to work on any kit that you would like to from legit kits while you're there. Another one you don't want to miss out on, of course, is the QuiltWorks experience coming up with Tina and Michael, incredible QuiltWorks instructors. And this is going to be the Jungle Magnolia, focusing on the technique of the month retreat, but it's a QuiltWorks experience. So it's going to be a fantastic education on the foundation paper piecing put out by QuiltWorks. And while we're talking about fun projects, I do want to point out that Heidi has changed the project for the Stitching at Sea, the Quilting Cruise in the Caribbean. That is October 12th through 18th. This is one of the little shorter stay cruises, so we just have the one project, and Heidi has a really fun project she'll be working on there while you travel. Here's a little bit more about it. So of course you can check out the website. I shouldn't say the website. Please check out stitchinheaven.com, and you can go under cruises to read all about all of the different cruises, and you can see the different projects and the different ports. And again, coming off of a cruise, it's going to be hard for me not to brag about how much fun we had. And I have a couple little adventures, and in a few weeks you will see the recap video of the shenanigans and all the beautiful places we got to stay. And it really was neat. We traveled into a lot of gorgeous locations I had not been before, Coco Cay, and then also one of the ones I think folks were originally, when I was talking to them, like my parents and whatnot, concerned about visiting Haiti, but those were both wonderful locations that were basically like, I don't know if the right term is private island or not, but they were run or leased or whatnot primarily by the cruise lines. And so it was like a land-based amusement park, and I loved it because I could take my ship card on shore, and then I was able to use that whenever I wanted any food or beverage or anything right there, towels, lawn chairs, everything, and it was all part of my cruise package. So it actually made it super affordable too, because then I wasn't investing in food and beverage while I was on land. It was all part of my cruise, which is, I definitely took advantage of the food and beverage. So anyways, that was really fun while we were there. And so don't forget about that opportunity. Opportunities with me coming up. April is the virtual sew along, the glowing checkered star, and I believe at this point you should be or will be soon receiving your patterns via email. I will make sure on Monday that's truly how that is working, but yes, the glowing checkered star retreat is coming up. Maybe you can see it better there. There's a virtual sew along April 19th where you might win a golden ticket, and that's the fun little advertisement that you see if you're watching the video when you first sign up. So yeah, it'll be a live free sew along where I've got the pattern available for you all, and I'm going to do my best to sew the entire quilt top in a day. We'll start about 9 a.m. Central Time. And it is fairly large blocks, some half square triangles, of course, some strip piecing to make the checkerboards pretty easy, and a cool checkerboard on point. I'm sorry I don't have the quilt here with me to show off, but I've shown it enough times I believe you know what it looks like, and I'm really excited. And here it is also in the background, of course, that green quilt. But I'm really excited. We have over 700 emails already in and folks that are participating. And I do want to make a quick correction. It says on our website at Stitchin Heaven that you have to order the quilt kits by March 15th, and I know it's the 21st, and I believe we might still have a few of the quilt kits available. So until the actual purchase says sold out, please keep trying to get your quilt kits. I don't want you to miss out, because once they are sold out, they will be sold out, is my understanding. So anyways, that's off the books. I want to make sure we talk about that. Coming up in videos, we're working on next week Epic, the block of the month created by Charisma Horton, also using my fantastic fabrics, New and Newer Worlds by Benartex. Here's a really cool close-up shot of the quilt pattern itself, and the quilt's coming along beautifully, and I'm super excited about all of that. And as we're just going through the photos, I want to dive in real quick. This is a very cool quilt that was sent in this week. Thank you very much, Lisa, for sending in the photo of the quilt. And also, if I remember the story correctly, this is a quilt pattern by none other than our combat quilter, Andrew Lee, and I think it's called Liberty Star. I might have gotten the name wrong, so I'm sorry if I did, but thank you, Lisa, for sending in that beautiful quilt. And then this quilt here, if I understand correctly, might be the back. It's a 3-color quilt, and Patty created this, and then this is what the front looks like, which is a really cool storm at sea in 3-color, and it's just beautiful there. So very nicely done, and this is great. And so thank you for sending those in. If you want to send in your quilts so that I can share them with everybody, oops, wrong button, sorry, I've got so many screens for us all today, folks. Please go ahead and hit me there, rob@stitchinheaven.com. That's the email address. And remember that, because in a few minutes, or maybe I'll just tell you right now, while I was on the cruise, I came up with what's going to be possible a full pattern that would use our scrap blocks we're making. So if you're interested in this, I don't have a better link at the moment, but I'm happy to share it with you, because you might want to make multiples each week. So just email me, rob@stitchinheaven.com, if you're interested there in the quilt pattern. I think I'm going to call it the scrap lattice quilt, or something to that effect. And of course, if you want to send in pictures to be included in our show and tell each week, I would love you to send those in. Also, rob@stitchinheaven.com. Whew, I think it's time for another breath, don't you? Maybe a glass of water here. And wonderful. I'm noticing we've got, it looks like Gina's one of our first time live viewers out there. This is great. And I see a lot of you that are here that have been really participating in the Scrap Masters. So thank you all along for sending along the beautiful blocks. I have a show and tell of your blocks also coming up today. And while we're talking about Scrap Masters, I'm watching the clock to see if maybe that would be a fun segment. Like, I really don't have to be anywhere necessarily right after the show. Maybe if I made the coffee first, it would be fun to do our roll and spin and have a pile of scraps, and then I could sew my block at the end. So if that's something you're interested, you can comment in today's feed, or you could comment on the recorded version so I can go back and read it better, or again, email me. But if you think it would be pretty cool, go ahead and let me know if you'd like to see me actually sewing the blocks on Friday in the afternoons. As I dive in to my grateful list, which is something we do each and every Friday here when we're going live. And this is just a fun way to kind of recap some of the awesome things that have happened in my life, whether it's my family life or my spiritual life or my creative life, my work life, whatnot. So anyways, here we go for the week. And like I said, I've been traveling so much, I missed all of you, but I also really missed the dog this week. Oh my gosh, and the dog missed me. So I was home, and it was a sunny day yesterday. So I was able to capture multiple photos of good old Winston just sleeping in heaven in his bed with the sunlight coming in the window there. And I just thought that was really great and fun. And so when your dog is happy, obviously things are good, and he's getting pretty old. I don't know if you can tell in that picture, he's down to one tooth left. Let me see if we can get a close up. I can't call him toothless. I wish I could. but he has one tooth that's there showing there below his nose. Kind of funny, but I just love that little guy. And then if you didn't catch also, okay, number 2 here on the grateful list is Ruby. So last night my wife said, hey, let's spontaneously go out to dinner.
You are? I feel like
So this is just a quick little video I shot. It was beautiful. We went down for Golden Hour Bayside Cafe in Morro Bay, down on the marina, the Embarcadero. Well, I should say the marina, not the Embarcadero. It was just a gorgeous, gorgeous night. So anyways, my ladies and I went down and joined us. Unfortunately, Braden couldn't join us. But there is our beautiful daughter, Ruby, and my beautiful wife, Jenny, and we were playing with the cameras and the different lighting settings and stuff. So anyways, having a great time there. And so anyways, when we're talking about the grateful list, I want to say congratulations to Ruby there. And I thought I had another photo loaded. Oh no, I took it, but I didn't save it. Okay, I guess I'll have to put it up next week because it'll be just as fun. So congratulations to my dear Ruby. She is graduating from her cosmetology college next Friday afternoon. So this is also your notification for next Friday afternoon. I will not be here live because I will be getting ready to go to the graduation ceremony and then cooking burgers and hot dogs for the whole family plus all night long as we celebrate our daughter's accomplishments. So that's really exciting. Yes, you may remember she started off going to nursing college a couple of years back, but she decided that hairdressing and nails is what she's really doing fantastic with right now, is her true love. So anyways, it's really great to celebrate this accomplishment of, I think it was about a 9-month program that she's been going through, and of course top of the class, you know, my girl. So that was really fun. I had a picture of her when she did her first tutorial with me when she was like yay big, and I guess I forgot to upload it, but anyways, it was really awesome to be going back through memory lane. And as I mentioned memory lane, you also see here Donna Jordan on the grateful list is another one, and this is an interesting one for me, and I want to keep it somewhat brief, and I'm going to go sideways on this. I know this because I already have the slides loaded, but before I start to go sideways, I do really want to, if you hadn't all heard, Donna Jordan, an incredible quilt maker here on YouTube, has passed away, and her family let us all know on her YouTube channel. And I believe it happened on the 14th, so just a few days ago. We were still at sea when it happened, and her last video is posted on her YouTube channel. And I got a very interesting comment that I want to go over. But before that, let me go back to this so we can all talk about this, folks, is that we've lost a lot of quilters this year, and it's hitting me real challengingly, very, very hard. I was looking all day long yesterday and today. I only have one video and photo that I can remember of Donna and I getting to spend time together. It was at a quilt market, and she was interviewing me, and if I remember correctly, I had a superhero style costume or wardrobe on for Michael Miller. And it was really, really fun. And she was just starting off with her channel, and I was just starting off helping with man sewing. And so anyways, it was really cool. And then as I traveled through Oregon a couple times, I got to reach out and visit with them. And so anyways, I just want to reach out, and Matt and the Jordan family, for your loss. The quilting industry is very, very impacted, and we're all very sorry. And just, you know, want to send my personal condolences out there. And I also want to offer you the best of support and blessings any way we can. I am under the impression, based on what you said in your video, that you'll be continuing your YouTube channel, and I know how important that is to the quilter. So if there's anything any of us can do to support you, I'm sure, if you haven't already heard, there is a giant wave of people out there for you. Now, here's what I do also want to mention, folks, and this is more a YouTube thing. So I got a comment, and this is also affecting me, so I just want to address it. I think this is fair. Oops, that's a wrong comment. Did I put it right there? Yeah, okay. So it basically said, Rob, I can't believe that you or Missouri Star Quilt Company didn't post any of the comments or offer condolence for the loss of Donna Jordan, who passed away on March 14th, and why. So I wanted to address why I hadn't posted already on all of the other feeds. There is actually a wonderful feed going on the So Well Facebook page of us, our community, that are discussing what Donna meant to us. And I just don't get involved in those personally, because if I'm going to reach out to a family like that, I don't really want that posted social media wise, because if I have a personal connection, I'm going to make that personal connection, which I do. But also I want to let everybody know, because this was also a question I was asked on the cruise, is I am no longer associated whatsoever with Missouri Star Quilt Company. It was a huge blessing, as Man Sewing was. I mentioned it earlier. It happened for me several years ago, but in 2019 I was terminated by Missouri Star, and with a single phone call, those videos, that YouTube channel ended for me. But like Donna's videos and my old videos and everything, the cool thing about YouTube is it carries on. And where there is impact, YouTube continues to support. So I want you all to be careful. And this is where I was saying I was going to go sideways. I know I'm taking a bit of a bird walk here. So when I looked up Donna Jordan quickly, I saw things like this pop on the screen really quick. These false videos where people were clickbaiting our quilters who are brokenhearted to try to get them to watch their content so that they can make money. And they're using Donna Jordan, they use Jenny Doan, they use all kinds of famous celebrities, I like to call them, out there. So what I want to say, folks, is be very, very careful how and where you get your news and how and where you support on YouTube. YouTube supports content creators that do a good job for the audience, and that's all of you. So if you want to support Donna and Matt Jordan, please go to their YouTube channel and engage with likes and subscribes and comments like you would here or like you would anywhere else. That's what helps the YouTube channels grow. When you go to those clickbait style YouTube channels, it only fosters scams, and that's all I'll say. Let's just move on. Sorry, but I just want you all to be careful out there, because it gets so frustrating when people use I know I said I'd move on, but it's so frustrating when somebody uses a personal loss because they see how it impacts the community to just try to profit. And so anyways, that's partly what I just want. Frustrates me. Okay, moving on. Let's go something famous or positive, because this is it, folks. The Quilting Cruise. The Quilting Cruise was amazing. I had so much fun. We traveled to Coco Cay, the Bahamas, Jamaica, and Haiti, and every stop was just incredible. I have a full video I'm working on. If you haven't noticed, I have a crew that I like to travel with, and here they are. This is obviously Quilting Marine. There in the middle is a Stephanie Feeder, and then on the end there, 01, Andrew Lee, Combat Quilter. And also on the cruise, if you've ever been to our webpage or seen our videos, the gal in the hat there, look at this, folks, look at this. I'm going to the overhead camera if I can go fast enough. Let's zoom in. This gal right here, she signed my brochure on the cruise. That's our friend Karen. So Karen, if you're watching today, I'm busting your chops again. It was really fun. I sent folks over. Karen was on the Quilting Cruise, as she's been on many. And that's one of the coolest things on the Stitchin Heaven Quilting Cruises. There are so many people that just come on the cruises over and over again. I think it was Joyce was her name. She was on 3 in a row this time. It was just incredible. So anyways, Karen's in our fun quilting brochure. And so I asked her if she would sign the quilting brochure for me. And then when I went to the website, I noticed that that was her there at the spearhead or the thumbnail of the video. I thought that was great. So Karen, however, if you want to see greatness, there it is right there. The 3 amigos, if you will, we were participating in as many of the cruise events as possible. So there was dress in your best whites night. And so anyways, there we were. And I had a captain's patch I stitched onto my white jacket, which we thought was wonderful, and my white vest. We did a trunk show. I thought it was about quilts, but we also got matching trunks. Those are our board shorts we wore around the cruise ship all week and had an incredible time. To confirm, here's a bit of it. Okay, good morning. Porthole report for day 5. In the background out that window is Falmouth, Jamaica. I'm not sure, I'm not Jamaican, but we have come up with a new joke. We ask everybody in class, hey, what's Jamaican? I know, terrible. But we're having a great time. Beautiful waters out there. I've already been on the slide. Always fun to travel with these veterans because they know how to recon everything, including the water slide. So we're posted up, we're watching it, we're timing it, making charts. As soon as Mark says it's go time, we're ready. Oh yeah, you can see that big old flash. Right? So that's just a taste of what it was for 6 or 7 days we were out there. Oh boy, we had just the greatest time ever. So fantastic. And like I said, we have plenty of Quilting Cruises options available for all of you to have a great time at sea. We certainly put on a great party out there. And as we get ready to dive into Scrap Masters for the week here, I did get another comment. I think this is the comment I was trying to do earlier is, Rob, did you borrow your random block idea from Guy Fieri's randomizer on his Challenge of Champions? Sure sounds like it. Answer to that question is probably, but no, even though I know who Guy Fieri is, I haven't watched that show. I'm sorry, I don't know what that's like. I stole the idea, borrowed, adapted the idea from a new friend, but long time somebody I've been following, Chris Marchini, who does the Rose City Originals out of Portland, Oregon. And oh, he gave me some stickers. I don't want to lose those. But anyway, so he's got a really cool book. I'm going to lose them anyways. He's got a really cool book he has, and he uses the AccuQuilt system and the Go Cutters for making a community quilt that then is a fundraiser, and there's a lot to it. So check out his stuff. I don't want to get the information wrong, but that's really where I was inspired a couple of years ago. I saw the gentleman taking a die and rolling it, right? Taking die and rolling it to create like what would be his block of the week. And he was using the different patterns, and I thought, wow, what a great idea. So he had numbered the patterns. So what we're doing here is we roll a die 1 through 6 to figure out which of the actual patterns to use, which blocks of 1 through 6 to use there. And then we spin the magic color wheel here, right? And then that'll tell us what colors to work in. And then I have a 20-sided die. So those, yes, Dungeons and Dragons fans out there love this. So then you would go ahead and roll out and this has got 20 numbers on it. And so that's for what number of different fabrics we can use. Although it's just kind of a fun little way of creating random blocks. So you don't have to follow really any rules if you don't want to whatsoever. I've been really blessed by all of you sending in your blocks. This has been great. So I grabbed a couple of them via screen capture today, and you'll notice apparently I think some of them needed some more volume. Notice the volume in the corner. I was hitting the wrong buttons while I was doing it. But here's our Scrap Masters. Look for your blocks because a lot of you have already created blocks that are here. And then in a few moments we're going to go ahead and spin for this week. You can see Tiffany's kind of an overachiever when she posts. She does, you know, the whole thing. Oops, I let one sneak through. Uncrop. I love that one. Just love the colors in that one. And the crispness of that, the crispness of the reds were fun. Red week was tough for me. I got a lot of yellow read in my red week. There's another one of good old Tiffany Hayes showing off. All right, folks, and as we roll into, and again, thank you for putting all of your blocks on the So Well Facebook page. That's where you can get one of the places you can get the links to the free pattern download, or on the video here, the last couple Fridays videos here, any of the comments. So I also wanted to show you, because one of the things I was doing one afternoon while we were just, I think I was on a coffee break or sitting by the pool or in the garden or wherever on the cruise, just having a beautiful time. On the iPad, which I use for so many different things, it's fun. It records videos of your step-by-step process in some of the art programs. So I'm not using quilt programs, I'm using art programs because it's what I am comfortable in. So check this out. This is how I created the pattern. Kind of stacking the blocks so I'd have them as a workspace, right? And then just duplicating them, figuring out how they could work together, finding repetitive patterns, filling them in. So the numbers are kind of upside down and rotated on some of the blocks. Oh, I guess I didn't show the rest of the fill-in. But here's our pattern, right? So again, something like this I think is pretty cool, because if you really wanted to make a full quilt, or you didn't have a pattern you were currently working on, you could technically take, and of the blocks, when we roll the blocks, you could make multiples each week. And maybe on a couple of them, like some of these bigger diagonals here, let me show you in the overhead, like these big ones here that is block 5. Well, maybe there's 24 total needed, so maybe you wouldn't make them all in a week. But you know, you can see here we need 4 of 1, 8 of 2, 8 of 3, 8 of 4, 24 of 5, and 12 of 6. And that was just because I put it together visually. So anyways, if you'd like that, send me an email, rob@stitchinheaven.com. And now we're going to do our scrap masters for the week. Okay, so again, oh, I forgot to show. Look at this. Got to bring it down here. This is last week's. Last week was green, and I think we had 10 different fabrics. And I think I can zoom out a little maybe. There we go. 10 different fabrics available. I technically only used 5, but one of them was the ombre. So in that case, I felt like I was kind of getting more than one out of it as well. And I also had used some of the scrap. This was actually, I think, one of the pieces from the video I just did last week. And like I said, these were already pre-cut. So as I went through, it was really quick and easy to make this block, working kind of along the triad last week. So again, if it was green was our color, what I did here is I put the green and I started looking at the yellows and the blues for that. I cheated a little. I cheated for that, but I sure liked it. Anyways, let's go ahead and do our roll and spin, folks, and see what we've got for this coming week. Let's see where we're at. We're hoping for big numbers. Cross your fingers for big numbers. Are you ready? Cross your fingers with big numbers. Okay, first of all, we're doing our roll here for the block. Block of the week is, slid off the screen. There it is. I'm sliding it in. 3. Block number 3. I feel like we're getting a lot of 3s already. Is my die loaded? Yeah, that was last week's block too, but we're going to keep the game in play. So once again, we're doing block number 3, which wouldn't be a bad thing, because if you're starting to follow the pattern, see, you needed 8 versus 4. So anyways, here we go. We're going to spin. So block 3, we're going to get ourselves a good spin on the color wheel. Blades closed, being safe. Here we go. Ooh, and we're in the red violet. That is dead on red violet, folks. Okay. The red violet family. And now we're going to roll for how many fabrics we should limit ourselves to. How many fabrics? 1 through 20. Oh, I got a good question. What happens if you roll a 1? And if you roll a 1, we've decided it's going to be a roll again. Same with a 2. Oh, that was a good roll. Can you see it? It is. Look at that. Bingo, folks. 17. Exactly what you're hunting for. 17 on the red violet. Block 3. Scrap Masters. Awesome. Ooh, look. I could almost use this one right here. I could almost cheat and say I got it done for the week already in the red violets. Look at that. Almost perfect, huh? Almost perfect. Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay, well, then I'm done for the week. No, I'll make another one. But that is a good one. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. Awesome. Okay. Hey, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get ready for my afternoon coffee and tune out for a little bit here. I still, if you can't tell, am a little bit low energy from all the travel and excitement I have been up to this last few weeks. So I'm definitely ready for that afternoon. Joe, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm scanning through here. I see that everybody wants to go to Alaska. Yes, Alaska, I believe, will be the next Patriot cruise. It is not yet up on stitchinheaven.com, but I guess you could also send me personally an email, and I can push that over to the travel department. Let me put that email on the screen. There is rob@stitchinheaven.com. So we were kind of keeping that on the reserved list for everybody as we came back. So that would be amazing. And also just want to say thank you all to everybody who has been supporting us and having, like I said, fun with the Scrap Masters. It's been a real blast. And for all of those who are out there, again, who are missing Donna already. I know that there has been a huge outreach. I want to finish on something positive about Donna Jordan. What I would encourage you all to do is make one of her or your favorite quilt patterns of hers, or teach, even better, maybe teach somebody that is learning to quilt. She has wonderful easy quilt patterns, right? So you could use that as a resource and share that resource with somebody who's learning to quilt. We had at least 2 or 3 almost brand new quilters on board the Quilting Cruise with us, and I got to spend some time helping a little bit with a few of them, and it was super fun to get to know, and again, to be reminded of how important the videos are. And I guess people were polite. They're like, well, Rob, the nice thing about your videos is we can stop them when you start going too fast, and we can pause them and rewind. So I think they were telling me I get going too fast, but that's all right. You know, hey, it is what it is. I love my teaching. I'm passionate about what I do, and I'm really glad you were all out here today with me. Let me see. I have some new comments. I want to make sure that I haven't missed any of the questions. Oh, good. Krista made it just in time for me to say adios, Krista. We are signing off. It's normally 2 o'clock. You are a bit tardy, 2 o'clock Pacific time, but I am glad that you have joined us. Yes, absolutely, Krista. That's what we were just discussing. And also, Tiffany, we wanted to make sure you come with us on our next journey, of course. And Ingrid, I know you're in for all of the fun and excitement. We will see you really soon, Ingrid. That's going to be really awesome. Oh, Mary, it was you that was hoping for the porthole report. Tune into the video. There is a porthole report each and every day along the cruise. And I tell you what, even one day there were 2. Lots of fun. And again, it was just a blessing. So again, folks, thanks for being so engaged with the channel the last few weeks while I was gone and remote. I really appreciate you keeping up with the videos. I keep appreciating you all sharing them. Again, as a quick reminder, I will be at my daughter's graduation next Friday during the live, but I will record in the morning before I go to the big party. I will record a fresh roll and spin of next week's Scrap Masters so that we can continue on. Unless it's block 3, and then I'm going to edit it out and we'll do a different one so it's not block 3 weeks in a row. Love having you folks. Awesome to have you out there. Again, I see at least 3 of you that got to enjoy your first live show. Thanks for commenting on that. I hope there were more of you out there. Oh, and as I was saying about the YouTube stuff, this is really one of the best ways to keep helping our channel grow. Remember, YouTube wants your attention, which I appreciate. So they are willing to help us as content creators grow if you are telling them that we are good. And that's by watching more of our content, by especially sharing our content and liking our content and commenting on our content. The sharing really does great things because YouTube can see that you're promoting. This is a great tutorial. This is a great way to learn a half square triangle or a 1/4 inch, or this is a really fun way to use up your scraps. If you send things like that across your social media by sharing the videos out, that does amazing things for folks. It helps us grow. We are seeing a lot of growth. Again, back to the Scrap Masters. And also, those of you who didn't get to see already, and I don't know if there is anybody who didn't see it, there was so much positive feedback. When I was really active a few weeks ago before I started traveling, was going right into my 13-year recovery series. So I guess I feel like I haven't really got to talk much about that, but yeah, the new coins in the pocket. And Elijah did an incredibly cool video. I really loved his art direction, his cinematography, his editing on that video. And like I said, it has really gone viral. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. Please share it with your family members that may be needing to hear a positive message about recovery. The reminder is working with our hands really helps us in our mental and physical spaces. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who comes to quilting to feel better about some of the challenges that I have in my days. And I sure love working around fabric. And I think part of what it is it's being focused. You know, it helps me get centered, helps me get really excited about something. So after I pour that coffee today, I will start block number 3, 17 pieces of fabric. Don't change it, Rob. 17 pieces of fabric. And we'll see you all next week. Oh, Tiffany, I see what you're saying. Here you go. Yeah, that's a good comment. I'm glad I got to see that. Tiffany wants me to bring my daughter on the cruise so we can, she can do everybody's hair. Well, our son is getting married in a few months, and she is doing all of the hair for the wedding, of course. Yeah, the two of us are talking about starting up a side hustle salon. We'll be happy to treat you to your hair, nails, and tattoo work on a Saturday, Sunday, or evening in the near future. All right, we'll see you folks. Thanks for coming out, and really appreciate you all being here with me today. Coffee is calling. Talk to you real soon. Until I see you next time, please stay well. My friend Andrew tells me to just stand here like I'm not doing anything for a few seconds, so hopefully that's long.